Hello and welcome to yet another edition of the YES101's Visual Radio for the Newsfirst team. I'm Shadabdin. We start off with a look at your headlines.
News First headline.
In headlines, Sri Lanka and bondholders agree on debt restructuring terms. Sri Lanka JICA discuss resuming suspended projects. Sri Lankan Airlines to undergo restructuring, not sale. Voters to head to polls for UK general election. Biniam Gourmet becomes the first black African to win a stage of Tour de France. And now bringing you your news in detail. In local news, Sri Lanka and the bondholders agreed on debt restructuring terms, revealed a filing with the London Stock Exchange on Wednesday night. The Sri Lankan government announced restricted discussions took place with the steering committee of bondholders regarding its international sovereign bonds from the 21st June to 2nd July 2024. The discussions included legal and financial advisors Clifford Chance LLP, Lazard, White and Case, and Rothschild & Co. The steering committee, comprising 10 major bondholders representing 50% of the ISBs, held a working session in Paris on the 27th and 28th June. They agreed on co-financial terms for restructuring the ISBs documented in a joint working framework, which includes governance-linked bond features. The framework needs confirmation from Sri Lanka's official credit committee and IMF staff for consistency with debt sustainability objectives. According to the joint working framework, a 28% haircut on the nominal amount of existing bonds is proposed. And also in more local news, Sri Lanka's Foreign Affairs Minister Ali Sabri held a meeting with senior management of the Japanese International Cooperation Agency in Japan. He said that they discussed the issues relating to the immediate resumption of suspended projects by expanding formalities. He added that JICA expressed its appreciation for the efforts to strengthen the Sri Lankan economy taken by the president. Minister Ali Sabri had thanked JICA for the long-standing partnership with Sri Lanka and requested them to consider new areas of engagement. And shifting your attention to also more local news, Minister of Ports, Shipping and Aviation Nimal Siripala de Silva affirmed that Sri Lankan Airlines will undergo restructuring instead of being sold. He emphasized that according to existing regulations, only up to 49% of the airline's shares can be transferred to another entity, yet no suitable investor has expressed interest thus far. Minister Siripala de Silva further elaborated that the government's approach involves restructuring the airline rather than selling it outright. He said that under Sri Lankan law, only 49% of Sri Lankan Airlines shares can be transferred to another entity. However, there has been minimal global interest in this opportunity, with only 6 individuals expressing interest, none of whom were deemed suitable. Even if we were to extend this opportunity to a Sri Lankan entrepreneur, their capabilities would need to be demonstrated. And also in more local news, the Joint Chambers of Commerce urged the customs officers to call off the ongoing work to rule and the strike planned for the 4th and 5th of July. In a statement, they added that the current work to rule action has caused significant delays in clearing import cargo, resulting in supply chain disruption and delays in production and delivery. The delay in clearing goods has led to considerable costs, including port demurrages, yard charges, vehicle detention charges, and liner charges. They said that any strike action as planned for the 4th and 5th July will only exacerbate the situation, leading to further hardship for businesses and the broader economy. And up next is international news.
International news.
And in news overseas, millions of voters are set to cast their ballots in the UK's first July general election since 1945. Polling stations set up in buildings like local schools and community halls will open between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. British Standard Time on Thursday. Around 46 million voters are eligible to elect 650 members of Parliament to the House of Commons. The results of each area or constituency will be declared through the night and into Friday morning. Political parties are looking to win more than half the seats, 326, in order to form a majority government. And up next is your update on sports.
Sports news.
And in sports, Eritrean rider Biniam Girmay became the first black African rider to win a Tour de France stage Monday when he sprinted to victory in the mostly flat third leg. Girmay said his win was for all Africans. Girmay also made history in Italy 2 years ago when he won a stage at the Giro d'Italia to become the first black African to take a victory in a Grand Tour, the term that encompasses the three major three-week races. And with that, we wrap up this edition of the YES101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I've been Shadabdin. Thank you for watching. Take care.